Hello everyone, welcome to the video. Asmita here. Yet I'm back with another important topic for today. Extreme programming. You're familiar with agile methodologies, but extreme programming, XP for short, is still a bit mystery to you. It sounds well extreme and you're not sure that it's for you. Don't let the name deter you, though you did miss out a lot good stuff. So let's get started. Now let's understand what is XP, Extreme Programming. Extreme programming is a software development methodology that is intended to improve software quality and responsiveness to changing customers' requirements. As a type of agile software development, it advocates fluent releases in the short development cycles, which is intended to improve productivity and introduce checkpoints at which new requirements can be adopted. XP is built upon values, principles, and practice, and its goal is to allow small to mid-sized firms to produce high-quality software and adapt to evolving and changing requirements. What sets XP apart from the other agile methodology is that XP emphasizes the technical aspect of software development. XP is precise about how engineers work, since the following engineering practice allow team to deliver high quality code at sustainable pace. Before we go ahead, let's understand Scrum versus XP. Scrum is a framework for helping team members to develop complex projects in an adaptive manner. Scrum doesn't dictate how developers do the work. XP, as mentioned, put much emphasis on good programming practices. Also, XP is obviously about programming. Scrum, on the other hand, can be applied to any project that benefits from iterative approach. XP accepts changes to its exponent. Teams are allowed and even encouraged to tweak the practice according to the specific need. Scrum Guide, on the other hand, is adamant in stating that while implementing only part of Scrum is possible, the result is not Scrum. Also, Scrum is a framework that you need to fill out with methodologies and practice for doing the work. That means that it's not only possible to use XP and Scrum together, but it's extremely recommended. Extreme programming is, in the nutshell, about good practices taken into extreme. Since pair programming is good, let's do it all the time. Since testing is early is good, let's test before the production code is even written. Now let's understand how does XP works. Unlike other methodology, it is very opinionated when it comes to engineering practice. Besides practice, XP is built upon values and principles. Values provide purpose to a team. They act as a northern star to guide your decision in high-level way. However, values are abstract and too fuzzy for specific guidance. For instance, saying that you value communication can result in many different outcomes. Principles are domain-specific guidelines that bridge the gap between practice and values. Let's understand the advantages and the disadvantages of extreme programming. Advantages: stable software through continuous testing, error avoidance through pair programming, over time teamwork at own space. Disadvantages: relatively large time investment, relatively high cost, requires version management. Now let's understand the basic principle of extreme programming. XP is based on fluent iteration through which developers implement user stories. User stories are simple, informal statement of customer about the functionality needed. A user story is conventional description by the user about feature of required system. It does not mention finer details such as different scenarios that can occur. On the basis of user story, the project team proposes. Metaphor. Metaphor are common vision of how the system would work. The development team may decide to build a spike for some feature. A spike is a very simple program that is constructed to explore the sustainability of solution being proposed. It can be considered similar to a prototype. Some of the basic activities that are followed during software development by using XP model are given below. Coding. The concept of coding, which is used in XP model, is slightly different from the traditional coding. Here, the coding activity includes drawing diagram that will be transformed into code, scripting a web-based system, and choosing among several alternative solutions. Testing. XP model gives high importance to testing and consider it is a primary factor to develop fault-free software. Listening. The developers need to carefully listen to the customer if they have to develop a good quality software. Sometimes, programmers may not have a depth knowledge of system to be developed. So it is desirable for programmers to understand properly the functionality of system, and they have to listen to the customer. Designing. Without proper design, a proper implementation becomes too complex and very difficult to understand the solution. Thus, it makes maintenance expensive. A good design result elimination of complex dependency within a system, so effective use of suitable design is emphasized. Feedback. One of the most important aspects of XP model is to gain feedback to understand the exact customer need. Fluent contact with the customer makes the development effective. XP values: communication, simplicity, feedback, courage, and respect. Let's look at each one of them in more detail. Communication. Lack of communication prevents knowledge from flowing inside a team. Often, when there is a problem, someone already knows how to solve it. But lack of communication prevents them from learning about the problem or contribution to its solution. So the problem ends up being solved twice and generating waste. Simplicity. Simplicity says you always strive to do the simplest thing that works. It's also crucial to remember that simplicity is highly contextual. What's simple for one team is complex for another depending entirely on each team's skills, experience, and knowledge. Feedback. Feedback is more traditional, waterfall-like software development methodology. Often is too late, too little. Courage. As a software engineer, you have plenty to be afraid of, and therefore plenty of opportunities to show your courage. It takes courage to speak the truth, especially the unpleasant one. For instance, honest extremists. Respect. A fundamental premise of XP is that everyone cares about their work. No amount of technical excellence can save a project if there is no care and respect. Every person is worthy of dignity and respect, and that include, of course, the people affected by the software development project. Thank you for watching this video. We'll be back with another new video very soon. Till then, keep learning, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.